Yo, what is up, everybody? It is episode 48 of the Good Kraken Death Ratio Show. I am your host, Devin Stanford, aka Brevin the Dude, and I am joined today by Garrick Bartholomew Eaton. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Pretty good. Well, better. My morning started off kind of rough. My
Mhm.
furnace decided it didn't want to furnace anymore, uh, which really sucked
Mhm.
because I basically woke up in the middle of the night and it was like 50 degrees in my house because it was 10 degrees outside last night with like a wind chill factor of 0. So it was really fucking cold here. And I have two desert and one tropical lizard that I basically spent all day like heating my house with my oven open because you can do that in emergencies. My gas bill's gonna suck. So I did that, and I had like a space heater going and blankets and their lamps. I'm really glad it was just like a one appliance problem and not like the power went out sort of problem. But it was
Yeah.
still really annoying. Because you know how like power outages and stuff kind of happen when it just gets cold as shit.
Dude, I live in the Pacific Northwest. Yes.
So
Yes, I do, because our infrastructure is dog shit and they have no idea how to prepare for ice storms or snowstorms here.
yeah, so we didn't get any ice or anything like that. Thankfully, no snow even. It just got really fucking cold.
Mhm.
And my 24-year-old or whatever some fucking furnace just decided it want parts are starting to go out. It's just old, and I'm trying to maintain it and keep good care of it. But
Mhm.
so yeah, that was kind of how more or less how my day went. But after that got all fixed, just I've been playing some more Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, and just trying to cruise through that. I'm still trying to finish one game for the month so I can justify building more Warhammer stuff without feeling like really guilty about it.
Mhm. I feel
And
that.
yeah, because like I really like because like I see my shit over here, right? And I'm like, I want to paint and like I want to put these together, and I'm just like, but I also want to make sure I'm keeping up with like my 12 games a month. That,
A
or whatever
month?
that my or oh yeah, 12
Yeah.
games in a year. No, God, that'd be insane. 12 games in a
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
And like I'm already not doing so great. This is the dude. January is normally a very slow month for me personally, and I feel like it's cruising by for like the first time in a very long time.
Dude, I feel the same exact way. I mean, we're 3 weeks in, right? We're 3 weeks in, and
Yeah,
the month is heading to a close, and I've barely played video games this month, honestly.
yeah. I've gotten a couple of Helldiver sessions in,
Uh-huh.
and like I said, I've got like 20 hours like in Banishers, but like that's 20 hours like over the course of like basically the entire month. So it's like playing
Yeah.
an hour here, 2 hours there.
Yeah. Also, Ernell, that riff that you were hearing that was filthy, that was instrumental versions of Belmont. Those were instrumental versions of some songs by Belmont. That song specifically was fully sent. So definitely check that out sometime. But yeah, dude, that sucks that you had to deal with the furnace. As you know, I
Yeah,
have other homestead things going on here. So I feel you on the crisis on the home front feeling. Uh,
But oh, dude, I knew I recognized Belmont. I really like their song "All Bite."
oh yeah, dude, Belmont's great. I've seen them live a bunch. They come to Portland all the time, all the time. Um, but yeah, dude, I got two new bundle boxes today for Magic.
Oh yeah, you said they came in the mail. Have you opened
Yeah,
them or you just got them?
I opened them. I opened them. I got some pretty good stuff. I got some pretty
How
good
many like
stuff out
packs in total did you get?
of.
Like in the between the two boxes,
16 packs and a bunch of new
same sets.
lands. Yeah, I got new Capenna, and I did pull a couple of the tri
Not
lands out of
familiar
it.
with that one.
I pulled a couple tri lands, which are a big deal because tri lands are like huge, you know.
Are they big right now? I'm not about to say. I
Dude,
don't know. I don't know
they're
if
hard to
Trilands were
get.
a thing when I was playing.
They're
I
hard to
know
get
like
because they got dual lands.
full lands and the where people want those just because art, and then there's like
Mhm.
the special lands. Everybody wants those,
Yeah,
like the
and
fancy pants ones.
I pulled a shit ton of the fancy lands on that, and I pulled a lot of really cool creatures. I'll go over a few with you later. I organized, like, did a quick organize and put them away for me to sort through later. Like
Hmm.
separated out all my mythics and rares that I pulled, which I got a good handful, and I got a couple promotional cards. There's this weird thing. One of the boxes, I found a really good deal. Um, on was actually a over like a it was like a three almost like 4 year old set. Like I just happened to find a card shop that was selling it for like a really good price. That's for both of these. Both of these sets were like 2 to 4 years old, and
Hmm.
I I got them for like $30 a piece. Normally these bundles are like $50 to $60, sometimes more. Got a good deal on them. They come with promotional cards too, with
Is
like
it
foil
you got
lands.
like the bundle boxes? Are they the one? They're like the rectangular boxes with like the fold up tops. I'm.
Uh,
It's
it
been so
doesn't
fucking long
fold.
since I've
It
purchased any
these kind of
Magic cards.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe
yeah.
they just okay. I think the boxes. Yeah, I think maybe they changed the lid design, but that
Hmm.
it's the same dimensions.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
really wanted these
there's an
too.
older version of those where like it's like got like a fold down top
Yeah,
rather than a
I'm.
pull off top.
Yeah, I really wanted these too because of storage. You know,
Hmm.
because I was
Yeah,
starting to just use.
I have like 3 or 4 of those boxes just chilling.
Yeah, I was starting to just use like sleeve boxes and stuff for storage, and I was like, this sucks having
Mm.
to like
It's not
randomly
efficient
dig
at all.
through. So I bought I mean, for $30, I got 8 packs in each one. I got a fat stack of just regular plain lands in each one. And then I got a fat
Mm-hmm.
stack of foil lands too.
Oh, nice,
And then
nice little
they each
inclusion.
came with a promo card. But what I was gonna say is the one that was like 5 years old, they didn't use like a plastic packaging. They used like the weird like white paper
Oh
packaging,
yeah, like the
you know?
wax paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wax
And
paper
like I mean
wrapping.
the cards are
Fucking
protected,
Lorcana does that with their cards. They don't do plastic.
and
They do the paper.
because they sat in this box for years, the foil cards, not the ones in the booster packs, but the ones in this paper, they curled. They like
Oh
curled.
really?
Yeah, so I what I did is I put a couple cards in sleeves, like one on top, one on bottom, because it was like the promo cards and like all the foil lands, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put them inside this protective envelope, and then I put them on a flat surface on the shelf, and then I stacked a bunch of heavy stuff on top of them to like flatten them
Try
out.
to straighten them out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let them
Dude,
sit there
been
for
there,
like a
done that.
couple
You just leave
days.
them. Yeah. You just leave them
Yeah,
for like a couple days.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully that works out. Because there are some cards I want to like, I like to bling out my decks and stuff like that, replace for the alt arts
Yeah,
and
dude. It's
stuff.
nice you got a good fucking deal on those. I missed
Hmm.
2 restocks on the fucking box that I ordered, and I fucking straight up gave my money to a scalper dog. I wanted the box really bad. I overpaid
Hmm.
for it. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, there's a new set coming out this weekend that I'm gonna get my grubby hands on. Me and my cousin are gonna split a box. We're just gonna buy a whole booster box together and just, split it down the
Well,
middle.
dude, I paid like even what I paid for it overpaying, I'd still pay
Hmm.
less than if I buy all the pieces individually when they
Hmm.
release individually. And like
Yeah.
I already know they're gonna release the teams, but they didn't say
Hmm.
anything about releasing the terrain, and I wanted the fucking terrain. God damn it!
Yeah. I mean that shit's important. I mean, dude, I was talking with Sam. He ordered 5 collectors booster boxes for the new set this weekend. He dropped money. Five
Wild, dude.
boosters. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna open like 3 of them and then hold on to 2 and just let them appreciate and then
I do
get rid of
remember
them.
him mentioning that vaguely the other day.
Yeah, yeah. So, dude, I'm having a lot of fun though. I've been playing with a lot of friends. Like I said, I did that draft event the other night. That was really fucking cool. Met a lot of new people. Definitely gonna do more stuff like that. But
Hell yeah,
we're
fuck
not
yeah.
talking about magic cards. Because today, we're talking about Snap Attack, PlayStation Access More live service projects, and the Switch 2. Because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, where we're slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time, of course. The best. That's to you, Xander. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. But if you spend all your credits at another shop, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have... Wait for you, Garrett.
Prime Gaming.
That's right. You also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help us level up our game. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. Garrick.
Yep.
We got some critical hits.
We do.
You know, I just want there to be a splash screen when we say critical hits, and like I want it to make the Yoshi noise for some reason. From like,
Why?
I don't know. It just like played in my head, and I was just thinking about it.
Like the Yoshi like call out, or like the let 'em noise?
Yeah, that one. I don't know why.
That's so fucking random. That's so fucking random, dude.
ADD brain, you know. What can I say?
That literally, what does that even have to do with critical hits at all?
I don't know, dude. It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, don't forget all of our other episodes, which are critical hits to me, are live on all your podcast and video services and YouTube. So please be sure to go follow us there for more content. Like Episode 0, Songs of the Abyss, is available now. That's right. Our new D&D show, Songs of the Abyss, is available. So we have our first episode, episode 0, whatever you want to call it, is live.
It's a fancy character introduction, and you guys should go check it out.
Exactly. So we introduce our characters, what their backgrounds are, just kind of like a very vague background in a sense for everybody, because really this first campaign we're doing is going to be about our characters meeting and learning about each other to overcome whatever obstacle our daddy mommy dungeon master puts in front of us. And the DM is
Dungeon
actually
Master, Daddy
Ernell,
Mommy.
your very own Ocean Shrine, who worked very diligently and very hard, who actually created all the artwork for our characters. He's going to be crafting the story for this as well. And what was that face for?
I just now fucking realized that the reason he called himself Daddy Mommy is because of DM. You called him that because of DM,
Yep.
and it just clicked because I'm an idiot. I was just like, oh my god. You
I
guys
thought
are so
something happened
fucking
for a
dumb.
second. I know.
I'm just driving in my own lane today, and like
4 days later, just 4 days
Four
later.
days later, just like having sudden realizations about dumb shit. Like I was ready to host a show tonight, man. Even like it's not even my turn. Like my brain is on one path and it's just doing the do.
It was hilarious. I did like half the show notes, and then I stepped away for a second and sat back down to finish, and I was like, they're done.
Dude, I even went into the social chat, like staff social, and I was just like, oh, whoever put in the first news story, thanks. Because I was like, oh, that was nice of them. And I'm like, lo and behold, I was the one doing the extra work for no reason.
I mean, I appreciate it. It's appreciated.
Yeah, I didn't mind, dude. And I like, dude, literally, you logged in. I like got up and went to go refill my water bottle. And I was like, it's not my fucking turn to host.
But speaking of appreciate things, I would appreciate you guys if you would go check out goodkraken.com. And you can
Mm-hmm.
see all of our latest episodes from every single show, including Songs of the Abyss, which we just mentioned, right there on the website. You get links to the YouTube channels, you get links to audio sources, whatever audio service you like to listen. You don't watch on audio sources. But more
You could
importantly,
try.
we also have merchandise. That's right. You can get yourself a Carl the
Mm-hmm.
Kraken mug. You can get yourself a GKDR dad hat, which I love. Honestly, I like this hat. It fits really
I
well.
may or may not have misplaced my hoodie somehow already.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dude,
It's a nice
ADHD
hoodie.
is a fucking bastard.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I forget
I
where I
set
put my
things
belt.
down and like it just woo.
Yeah.
And it's probably somewhere very simple. Like it's not
It's
even lost. It's just I can't find it.
sometimes I come straight into my office when I get home from work because it's like on the first floor and my bedroom's upstairs. And like I'll sit down in my chair and I'll be like, why am I wearing a belt? And I'll take my belt off and roll it up and put it somewhere. And then I'll forget about it. And then the next day I'm getting ready for work and I'm like, where's my belt? But speaking of where's my belt, you can go grab my belt on the latest episode of the Shipwreck Show. That's right, episode 152 is out and now available wherever you like to watch or listen. You can see me get annoyed.
Yeah, like Devin gets really mad and takes it out on me for no reason. Unjustifiably targets me when Erdell was the one being an ass hat like
Yeah,
usual. And then we
yeah,
talked nostalgically about cartoons lovingly for a while.
yeah. We did. It was great. It was great. Yeah. It was great. We had our own bad friends moment on the podcast.
Y'all are being wieners.
Speaking of being wieners, want to know what's in Ernell's line of sight?
Do I?
That's right. It's going to be the upcoming games for this week, which we are going to be reading off from GameSpot. That's right. GameSpot has an upcoming release radar where they have all the game releases for 2025 laid out. So we are going to go there and we're going to take a look at what we have from January 21st to January 27th. We'll go from there, right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Yep. So today, on the 21st, as this podcast is being recorded, we had Somber Echoes on the PC. Let's see what that is. I'm
Sounds
gonna
like it'll
look.
be either high fantasy or like some weird, bizarro, like
It's
sci-fi.
a 2D action platformer by Rock Pocket Games.
I like action
Right.
platformers.
Me too. I like them a lot. And then tomorrow on January 22nd, we have Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist. That sounds anime as fuck.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this game, like on the upcoming. Like I've seen it before. It looked very Metroidvania, very Metroidvania.
I was going to say it is a genre that is under there is Metroidvania, platformer action Metroidvania. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hey, Esco, welcome in. And then we also have Popatijo's Adventures. There's no link for it, so I have no idea to look it up.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
strange.
Yeah, there's no link on this website. So, and that's coming out on everything except for PC apparently. So it's probably going to be some shovelware, is my guess. No offense to you, Popatina, Tinho, Popatinho. What'd you call me?
Oh.
And then on January 23rd, we have Dreamcore on the PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. And Dreamcore is developed by Tlon Studios and Solorian, published by Solorian and Tlon Studios. It is a 3D adventure first person.
First person. Interesting.
That kind of like reminds me of like Mirror's Edge.
Or just
I
like
don't.
any of those like those 3D like puzzle platformers. I guess that would Mirror's Edge would like
Mhm.
even though it's parkour centric, Mirror's Edge would probably fall into that.
Yeah.
Or like Portal.
Yeah. Probably the
I
most
think of those kinds of games.
important release of the week is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is finally getting ported to PC. Comes out on PC.
You gonna play that? Like on Friday?
Dude, it's pre-ordered.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that shit immediately. They're also doing like a cool deal. If you're hearing this before the game's release, they have the game discounted. I think it's only $48 right now if you pre-order
As
it.
opposed to 60?
70. 70.
Oh. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, super good deal. And if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake yet either, like the first one, part 1, they're also doing
Like a
a
bundle.
double package where you can get Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth for $70, which is
Literally two for the
insane.
price of one.
That's amazing. That's a great price.
Yeah.
And thank you, Xander, for the sub. um, but yeah, definitely, I'm gonna no life that game too. It's crazy. Within a few months, I get to play Final Fantasy 16, which I waited for, and now I get to play this. So let's go.
Hell yeah.
And then we have Graviators. Gravi-
Gravitators.
Gravitators. Words. They're all made up. This is by Insular Games and published by East Asia Soft and Insular Games. This is a shooter fixed screen action 2D
What the fuck
game.
does fixed screen mean? Is that like Doom style?
I think so.
I-
Yeah, I think so.
That's
I,
actually I do really think fixed screen
fixed screen.
like that
Graviators.
fixed screen games. What is a fixed screen game?
You should look that up while I keep going through this.
A fixed screen game is a game that uses a single screen to display a level or scene. The camera angle is a fixed screen game that remains in a particular position throughout gameplay. What are some
Is that
examples of
like
a fixed? Yeah, what are some examples of a fixed screen game?
asteroids or like Geometry Wars? Did you ever play Geometry Wars? Geometry Wars slap. That was such a good game. Uh I'm gonna keep going down the list here real quick. We have
Yeah, go
Rocket
for it.
Boots Mania on January 23rd. That's coming out on PC. And then something that actually kind of piques my interest. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. That's being re-released and ported on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Also on the 23rd. And then we have Sin Duality Echo of Ada on PS5, Xbox Series XS.
Examples of
and
fixed screen
PC.
games: Space Invaders, Galaxian,
I called it.
Phoenix, Galaga. Okay, so it is that kind of.
I called
You were
it.
you were on the money. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. I like games
Sorry,
like
I
that,
feel really
honestly.
better. I just hadn't heard that for a term. Like that was a new
Neither
term
have
for
I.
me personally.
I had to
Like,
think
okay,
about
what the
it
fuck
for
is
a
that?
second.
But that makes
yeah,
sense in context.
Did you hear that Jedi Power Battles is
Oh
being
yeah, Jedi
re-released?
Power Battle. Isn't this is like a port slash remaster?
Remaster? Yeah, I think so.
I vaguely remember this game.
Yeah. And then we have on the 24th, we have Cat Detective Albert Wild. Cat on PC. Cat Detective. Cat
Is Albert
Detective.
Wild the name of the cat? Are you a detective that does stuff for cats, or are you a cat that is a detective? I have questions.
Good night, Xander. I'm gonna assume you are a cat named Albert Wild.
You're probably right.
I'm that's just my assumption. And then after that we have Mark of the Deep on PC as well, January 24th. That is
Sounds
made by Mad
eldritch.
Mimic Light Up Games, and it is an action adventure game. So
Oh,
I might look into that. And then we have Cuisinier. Oh no,
uh-huh.
that's next week. I'm not even gonna worry about that. That's gonna be your
You're
job.
like, fuck you. You can read that.
Yeah, you can read that next week. Don't worry. So that's gonna be all of our upcoming games for the week. Definitely,
Oh, this
definitely
is
stoked
cool.
for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth personally, and I might check out Jedi Power Battles again. It's been a very, very long time.
Mark of the Deep is like an isometric, like Diablo style RPG, like action RPG.
Uh-oh.
It looks kind
Wait,
of sick.
wait, really? I might have to look at
Yeah,
this
it
real
looks
quick.
really interesting, actually.
I might have to look at this real quick. But before we move on, I actually wanted to touch on this real quick. Um, so like you and oh, I see DJ went crazy too. Actually, DJ went crazy
Oh,
on the
on the Fantasy Critic,
yeah.
yeah, he grabbed a couple.
No, he grabbed more than a couple. He grabbed Crimson Desert, Atomfall, 2XKO, Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, and Dune Awakening.
Which is crazy. I'm pretty sure Dune Awakening is going to end up ineligible because I know for a fact it's releasing in early access on PC first,
Oh,
which
thanks for
which will make it ineligible.
yeah. That's
That's the
that's
only
a.
reason I didn't grab it is because we had a few games go ineligible because of that last year.
I mean, I'm really happy you just said that.
Why? Oh, you gonna try to counterpick it? It just potentially screw him. Oh yeah, but then you wouldn't get any points for it. I guess I guess a zero is better than
I
a negative. But anyways,
yeah yeah, but also that means 0 points for him too,
that's true. That's true.
and he can't remove it.
Yeah, that's true. And none of us counterpick. You can't super drop it.
Yep, yep, yep. See, I took some risks, but I took some safe risks with my additions. Because one of them we know for sure is going to happen. One of them we know. Whatever,
One for
whatever that.
sure. The other one's not confirmed.
Yeah. We know that we are getting a Mario Kart game for Switch 2. Is it going to be a remaster? Who knows? Is it going to be the same Mario game? Who knows? Is it going to be brand new? Who knows? The
We just know
3D
it'll be a
Mario
Mario
game,
game.
it's rumored. I do want to say last time this happened, Odyssey did come out though. Odyssey came out right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not afraid of that. And I know Oblivion remake is coming this year too. I know that's happening. So I'm not scared about that. I'm like I can feel it in my bones. So
We'll see. We'll
but
see.
but yeah, we'll see. Garrett, can you tell the people what we got coming up next?
Absolutely, friend. We are going to be taking a meta minute to be exact, to begin into some news for y'all.
Sweet. Meta minute. You're up first.
I sure am. Marvel Snap back online after TikTok ban. Devs searching for new publisher to stop it from happening again. This is coming from Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. Marvel Snap is now back online in the US after it was banned alongside TikTok, and its developer, Second Dinner, is looking for a new publisher to ensure another takedown doesn't happen in the future. Today, January 21st, marks the start of a new era for Marvel Snap, according to Second Dinner, which posted on Twitter to announce the digital trading card game's return alongside alongside the search for a new publisher. TikTok was banned in the U.S. on January 19th over quote unquote national security concerns, but was brought back online after 14 hours. TikTok owner ByteDance owns Marvel Snap publisher Newverse too, so the game was also taken down but took a little longer to come back online. Marvel Snap is back online in the US, Second Dinner said, but to make sure this never happens again, we're working to bring more services in house and partner with the new publisher. This is the start of a new era of Marvel Snap. We know this probably leaves you with even more questions than answers. We appreciate your patience, but in the meantime, enjoy playing Marvel Snap. We'll continue to update with more information as soon as possible. Marvel Snap arrived in 2022 as a fast-paced TCG featuring the likes of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, and many other superheroes and villains. And if you guys are interested, IGN gave it a mobile game an 8 out of 10 back in the day for Marvel Snap. Packs bold ideas, deep gameplay, a punchy presentation, and a lot of love for Marvel. Its approach to building a collection of randomness and gameplay won't be for everyone, but it's still worth playing, IGN said. We played a lot of Marvel Snap for a good long minute. I know Devin and I were super, super heavy into it. I spent like a considerable amount of money on this game, like personally. more than a few hundred if I'm being realistic with myself. Oh yeah, dude. I think at the time that I played Marvel Snap, I probably spent 500 or 600 bucks.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was really into it. Like I was very into it. I
Oof.
haven't really played since like last October, and before that, I was kind of in and out of it for a couple of other reasons. I am not playing it really at all right now because it just honestly doesn't feel fun to play, and the card acquisition is literally in the worst place it's ever been. It getting banned for as long as it have was just kind of the like it felt like a final nail in the coffin for me as of right now. Maybe in the future I'll try to pry that bad up back open and see if it's worth my time. But as of right now, like when like suddenly I lost literal like access to like literal hundreds of dollars spent on like a game. I understand that like over time, like these games get shut down, they lose interest, like and like and that will go away eventually, and I expect that. But for it to just be randomly like shut down one day with no fucking warning, I was just like, oh, so this is what it fucking feels like to not physically own your shit as far as like being a game owner goes. Like that, it felt real
Mm-hmm.
bad, man, to be like, oh, this is a live service title, even as a mobile game that I put lots of fucking time and money into, and it was just suddenly fucking ripped away from me on a goddamn ownership technicality. Dude, it sucked real bad.
Yeah.
Left a real bad taste in my mouth, and I don't really feel like playing Marvel Snap right now. Like, I bet you there's a lot of people that also feel the same. Um, but like I think Second Dinner has like a lot of apologizing to do, and fixing their card acquisition system alongside finding a new publisher is only the first step in making a really fun like digital collectible card game something fun again, because it's honestly it's been in a really steady slow downhill trend for a long time now. Like they've been getting greedier with their monetization. They've been removing free track rewards. They've been making conquests like notably worse to engage in. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's not in a good place. Like it now feels like a gross gotcha mobile game. And if you're a returning player, it doesn't feel fun. So the fact that it was banned for like almost a fucking week and made me really just realize that I don't fucking care about this game right now, and like you shouldn't either.
Dude,
they
I
haven't
stopped
earned
caring
your,
about this game a
they
long
haven't
time ago.
earned, yeah, like they haven't earned your trust.
Like,
Like back, them getting
like,
like back onto like our app store shouldn't mean shit to you.
once I like got into real card playing, like this is one of my
Yeah,
deck boxes, Garrick.
yeah,
Yeah, it holds
yeah, dude,
three
like a
decks
hundred
and
fucking
dice.
percent. Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely,
so.
man. I literally have like a full shelf in my closet for Warhammer shit. So like that's kind of like I replace card stuff with that for me. But
Hmm.
and yeah, it's just I mean, I guess I'm glad that they were able to get things sorted out and get the app back online for those who are still playing and enjoying the game.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, if you're a new player, like sure, it's not awful if you play it super casually and don't spend any money on it. But you're gonna lose a lot. And if you start spending money on it and then you take a break and then you come back, you're going to lose a lot because that break punishes you as a player because they literally balance patch fucking every 2 weeks. The meta is always changing and it's
Hmm.
almost always focused around whatever new fucking cards are getting released. So if you're not buying like the new, you're losing. And it just doesn't feel fun, right? Like having like a deep old collection of cards isn't good in that game. It just means you got a lot of shit you can't play, and you're missing out on a lot of wins because you're not actively spending money to buy the newest cards. Fuck Marvel
Yeah.
Snap right now, kind of.
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, if I'm gonna spend money on a card game, I'd rather spend it on real cards. Like my brother, since we're on the topic of cards right now, he just messaged me because he bought a pre-con commander deck that I bought because I kicked his ass with it, so he's like, I'm gonna get that deck now, you know.
Oh yeah.
And like I upgraded mine, but there's a land in it that's worth $70. Like just one land card that's worth
Hmm.
$70. And that pre-con is going for like 40 to $50 for everything.
Yeah,
So,
so like you buy it and like you feel like you invested in there's like a return
um
and like which is nice, but like Marvel Snap doesn't have that right now. They got to figure something the
exactly.
fuck out. Like I hope they fucking figure their shit out. I want them to be successful, but as somebody who like put a lot into it, like even the content creators around this game are like, I'm taking a fucking break.
My
Um,
I haven't even scanned anywhere close to all of my cards yet. Like anywhere. Like I've scanned like maybe 25% of them. And it my market value is not that this is why I play Magic. It's not like I Garrick knows I play Magic almost every day now. Almost every
mhm.
day on spell table. It's it's worth over $600. I haven't even
Nice.
scanned all my shit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty
Glad you're
stoked.
back, I guess, Marvel Snap. Do fucking better.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to come back to Marvel Snap ever if I'm going to be honest.
I'll keep an eye
I
on it and like watch it as I do, but I probably won't play.
I got up to Omega, that one season, and I was just
Hmm.
like, I did the thing. I don't need to do the thing ever again. I did it.
Yeah, you're like, I close enough. You're like, I'm good. I'm satisfied.
Like I did this. I yeah, I was the highest level, but I was high up there. I was
Hmm.
just like I was like the I don't like playing the metas all the time too. I like building my own decks to destroy people in that game, and everybody just plays the same meta stuff now. So it's just like
Oh yeah.
annoying.
Oh yeah.
It's annoying. So I guess that's I won't get into that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It'd be really cool if they found a way to make like a physical Marvel game like that. But they did just have that secret layer drop of Magic cards that are all Marvel themed though, and the
Yeah, we'll
cards are
see how
out
that
there.
goes.
Oh no, it went really well. There's like some
Oh, I
really nice
know,
ones.
but
And
it's all money based, so like we'll see how it goes, like in terms of what they
yeah.
do in the future.
Oh yeah. But speaking of the future, what you will not be getting in the future, PlayStation cancels 2 games, including a live service God of War. This is a report by George Yang over at GameSpot. My name is Devin. PlayStation has canceled 2 live service games, and one of them was reportedly based in the God of War universe. In a statement to Bloomberg, Sony confirmed the cancellation of the 2 live service games, one from Ben's studio and another from Bluepoint Games. The one that Bluepoint Games was working on was reportedly a live service God of War game. Sony also confirmed that while the studios won't be shutting down, it wouldn't confirm whether these cancellations would result in layoffs. It probably will. However, Sony is working with the studios to determine their next projects. Last year, Ben Studio confirmed that it was working on a new IP, but it's unclear whether the now canceled project, well, that it was the now canceled project. Sony acquired Bluepoint Games, which worked on the PS5 exclusive Demon's Soul remake back in 2021. The studio reportedly helped out with God of War Ragnarok from 2020 to 2022 prior to the cancellation of its next project. PlayStation's live service initiative has so far produced results. While Helldivers 2 experienced massive success and won many awards, Concord was a monumental failure, ultimately culminating in its permanent shutdown and the closure of developer Firewalk Studios. Sony also canceled its multiplayer The Last of Us game in December 2023 after Destiny developer Bungie, which Sony acquired, reportedly evaluated its ability to engage players in the long term. It's kind of ironic there, Bungie. Um, yeah, I was talking about this earlier with my friends, with some of my friends, and because of that last statement, I just want to like kind of say fuck you, Bungie again. Like seriously, seriously.
Hey, who the fuck are they to be evaluating like the ability for other studios to
Yeah,
engage with players? Yeah, they have
you guys are
they
con
literally,
artists. You guys are
yeah,
con
and like,
artists.
and you have had more fucking ups and downs in your guys' 2 games development cycle than literally like a fucking roller coaster. Your jokes, like
Yeah.
you're inconsistent in your jokes, and blaming Sony for what happened at the end of 2024 for you guys is just fucking like it's just lowbrow bullshit. Just own up to the fact that you guys are making a poor product and willfully screwing over your player base
And your employees. And
and
your
your
employees.
employees.
Yeah. No, I really like the story of you know, that last DLC, but their support and what they did and what their CEO chose to do instead of paying his employees, spend a bunch of money and assets on
Mm-hmm.
getting a
Got a
bunch of
fucking new
exotic
car,
cars, a bunch of them, like over
dude.
2.5
It's
million
fucking.
dollars.
I don't know about you, man, but like I'm not sad that these live service games are getting canceled. Not necessarily the new IP ones, but like
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us and God of War live service games sound like fucking horrible ideas, dude. They sound like on paper alone, they sound like cash grab garbage. I was just like, there's no way that was going to be made with love or
Mm-hmm.
passion. That was going to be made with like, how much fucking money can we make out of our player base by just feeding them something from this fucking universe? They would have been shit.
I think the Last of Us one could have had potential if there was care put into it, just because of the type of world it is and the factions and stuff, and if they made it like a kind of MMO survival based, you know what I mean? Like that could have had potential because it's not hard to do with like post-apocalyptic like zombie based survival games. That's not a hard thing to do necessarily. I do think it was a really bad idea to even start a live service God of War game though. I
Yeah, who the
wholeheartedly
fuck
agree.
thought that shit was a good
Yeah.
idea? Like
Yeah.
that shit sounds that sounds terrible. Like
Yeah.
that nothing about that sounds appealing to me at
Mm-mm.
all. Like that
Nothing.
is a single player game that should remain a single player game that should be a single player game. Like
Mm-hmm.
I even think like getting into co-op with God of War would be risky fucking business.
I
Like
was
it
gonna
is
mention it, but then I thought about like those solo moments as Kratos, though, and I was just
yeah,
like,
and you're just
nope,
like no, you're like it
nope,
needs to be
nope,
a fucking individual experience.
yep,
Like it's okay for fucking games to be single player games. Not everything needs to be live service like
hmm
monetization cows. Dude,
hmm
I'm fucking sick of it and like I know Sony's not canceling these games because they share that sentiment with their with like the community of gamers and that it comes down to they don't feel like it's going to make the financial return that they initially thought it was when they started these projects, but
hmm
I think honestly, Concord's failure just made them realize that like not every fucking thing needs to be live service, right?
hmm
Like Sony was and PlayStation have already been like and had a reputation for providing like really good narrative driven single player experiences. And they just need to fucking stay in their lane. Honest to God.
yeah. I'm actually really excited that Naughty Dog has just straight up go, oh, we're gonna make a sci-fi like space adventure game called
Yeah, dude. And
Intergalactic.
it's gonna be fucking single player. And it's gonna be
It's gonna
great.
be
I bet
sick.
you it'll be a really good game.
Yeah. Of course, I'll play it on PC, because
Hmm?
I'm getting a 3080. I'm so stoked, so stoked. But yeah, I'm not saddened by this at all. I actually like a big part of me kind of wants Bungie to kind of go away, to tell you the truth at this point.
Yeah.
Or
I will say Ben Studio is getting kind of fucked over here. They don't really deserve the shit that they're getting. Like Days
mm-mm.
Gone deserves a sequel, not a movie. And like it sucks that like they didn't even know that they were getting their game canceled. They kind of found out the same day as everybody else.
Yeah, and not only that, the I see Days Gone videos in my feed all the time, all the time.
Because it's a fucking good game, a great game, even, dude. I will die on that hill forever. I have put over 100 hours in Days Gone. It is one of my favorite single-player zombie survival experiences ever, dude. Even if it fucking is on the surface, you are just not Daryl Dixon, the game. It still works. It's so good. And fucking Sam Whitaker is such a fucking good mocap actor, dude. Ben's studio got robbed.
Yeah. Yep, they did. They did. They did. I really hope whatever Blue Point ends up doing. Um, I mean, why doesn't they did Demon Souls? Why doesn't Sony just do the cash grab if they want to make money and just do Bloodborne? Like either do a Bloodborne sequel or a remake. It doesn't matter. People will eat that
For
up.
fucking real.
Yeah. Like if they're worried about making money right now, that's the one. That's the one right
Like,
there.
yeah, give your fucking
I'm not
people
even
what
a
they
big
want.
Soulsborne person and I know that's the one. You want to get a
Yeah.
return on something? You want to go in the green? Do a Bloodborne remake
Oh yeah, they'd make money on that. Fucking easy
and
peasy. Nope.
release it on
They're just
PC at the same
they're just
time.
fucking out here cancel fucking games instead.
Release it on PC at the
I like
same
how they're
time too.
canceling projects and like we don't even get to see like what they were conceptually. Like that's how
Mhm.
you know they're not good.
Dude, speaking of canceled projects, because I know we probably won't talk about this in full detail in the news story, that Transformers game that we were excited about got canceled.
Shit, did it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't fucking have cool things.
I know. I know.
Dude,
That
there
like
hasn't been a good fucking Transformers game since PlayStation 2 when they did the movie adaptations. Those games
yeah.
were fucking sick.
Like I saw it on Kotaku, I think is where I saw it. But let me see if I can find it real quick since we're on the subject of canceled games. We got a little bit of time here. But yeah, let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? Canceled Transformer game leaks actually makes it look really cool. Apparently, I'll send you the link on Discord. But yeah, yeah. There's video and everything.
Damn. Yeah, yeah, send me the link. I'll check it out after the show.
Yeah, highly disappointing. Because I remember seeing this. What did we see this at? Like Summer Games Fest or was it?
Maybe like a year ago, like or two.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that fucking long ago, even.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Um,
Fucking lame, dude.
but yeah, it's sad to see games get canceled, but I also Sony just needs to pull their head out of the ass, and it seems like they're kind of headed in the right direction with that. But I really need to see where they're gonna move,
But are they doing it for the
moving
right
forward.
reasons? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna. I'm kind of waiting for the imminent layoffs about to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Absolutely. They're
I'm
gonna
not
do it
saying they're
again.
going to,
They're gonna do it
but
again.
like
Oh,
I'm
they will.
crossing my
I
fingers that
am.
they won't.
I'm saying they're gonna fucking do it again. I have a feeling.
Yeah. I don't even want to say it, but I think I know what they're gonna do. You want me? I'm gonna
What?
knock on wood for
Yeah.
this.
What do you think they're
They
gonna do?
might close Bend.
I think of this of the projects of the studios most likely to end up, it will be Bend because they haven't been able to release a project since 2018.
Yeah. I think, which really sucks because like Bend Studios is based out of Oregon, where I live.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
They did say that they're gonna keep creating cool shit and that they have new IPs in the work, but fingers crossed for them, man.
yeah.
Fucking absolutely knocking on wood because
It,
I really, 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 truly
mm,
love Days Gone.
yeah.
Hidden
It
gem of a
just
game.
depends if we actually get, you know, like if they give them the time to do it, and the resources. Sounds like Sony doesn't like them for some reason, which sucks because it's one of their direct
They're making a
studios.
movie off their game though, so maybe they're safe.
I I don't trust Sony's ability
But I
to
guess that
make
is
a good
no, me
movie,
either.
dude.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Dude, their Spider-Man movies are crap. Uncharted was crap. Like,
I know Days Gone's probably gonna suck on film. Whatever.
yeah. I'm not
I'll just
trying to
be
bum
sad.
you out, but like let's be realistic here. They're Sony Film Columbia Studio, whatever the hell they're called. Like, dude, they haven't been
They're not
able to
good.
do
They're not good.
anything good. The best thing that's been affiliated Sony wise at all, like film wise that I can think of in recent memory has been The Last of Us. That's it. But that's because HBO made that fucking show.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I definitely think that was more HBO than Sony.
Yeah, yeah. So I digress. This is not a movie podcast, but this is Sony we're talking about here. So
They bridge over too much. You can't. It's hard not to talk about it all.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of bridging, we're gonna bridge into the future and get to that final boss because we are at the end game for our headlining subject today. We're talking about the Switch 2 officially getting announced. That's right. They got bullied into getting announced early. I did not think they had plans to do it right away,
No,
personally.
there was fucking like zero fucking fanfare with this announcement. It was the most. Are you fucking happy? You were right. Here's the trailer. I guess
Yeah.
energy with this release ever.
Yeah. Because and we're going to get into that. But what I am going to do is I am going to take us over to a trailer so we can talk about the features that they're introducing here. So, let's go to the trailer. I'm going to start this off, and you know what? I'll put some sound in this baby boy because like why don't we get some
I'll put some
sound in this baby boy because like why don't we get some get why don't we hear this here. So Nintendo, boom boom. So yeah, pretty much they got bullied into releasing this trailer and announcing the Switch 2 because um it's legitimately just, oh, do you want me to stream this to you by
Oh yeah,
chance?
yes, please, so I can follow along with you at the same
Okay,
time.
yeah, 1 second here. Do this, turn that off. I apologize. The cameras might get a little. Actually, here we go. I should have done this earlier. Do, 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 do.
Thank you.
Do, 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 do. Let's see here. All right, cool.
Yeah, so we're just gonna be we're gonna be pausing it as we go. Or we're just gonna watch it all the way through.
We'll just kind of watch it all the way through and kind of
Okay,
like talk
sick.
about it. So, yeah, they got bullied into announcing this because a lot of leaks started circulating the internet after CES.
Turns out they were true.
Yep, because somebody got their hands on the prototype build of the unit.
Do you think this is gonna be the OLED screen or the other screen?
I don't think it's going to be OLED. If it is, if they do release an OLED, I think that'll be a more expensive version of it that'll either come down the line or right away.
That fucking stand is so much better though.
Yeah, that's the same stand that comes on the OLED model.
Oh, is it?
Yep, and I do like the more ergonomic, like larger controllers that they're showing off because they actually have curves for your fingers.
Yeah.
Now one thing I thought that was interesting, you notice how there's multiple buttons now, right there on the side.
Yeah, they've got it. It looks like the
L1,
like
R1.
as far as like just the side controller like functions are enhanced.
Also, is that a mouse?
And you can add
that's a mouse.
Yeah, dude. Well, the way that they're moving them around, there's no way that's not mouse functionality, right?
Yeah.
They're like purposely gliding on the thing. I don't know how I feel about the magnetic connection design.
It depends how strong it's gonna be, right? Because I like the slide down a lot. Like I'm very interested to see. I do like that it's bigger. It looks more ergonomic, like it's gonna fit in your hand a lot better.
Mario Kart, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think this is gonna get 60 FPS?
Yes, I do.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think it'll still be 1080p 60 FPS. If it goes above 1080p handheld, max, it's gonna be 1440p.
1440, absolutely.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like the screen's all that much bigger. Like
it's an 8-inch screen. It's an 8-inch screen.
8-inch? That's not horrible.
Yeah. The original I think is only a 5.6.
It's like, yeah, it's not very big.
No, yeah, I think it's only 5.6. I know. I'm actually I'm really hoping to see how the thumbsticks react on the Joy Cons too. That's a big thing for
Dude,
me.
I just fucking hope that
You
they
know.
took a lot of time and care in the
Mm-hmm.
design of those so that there's no drift problems.
Yeah.
Especially because even with the Switch being as old as it is, the
Mm-hmm.
Joy-Cons are the most fucking expensive replacement controller on the
eighty
market.
dollars, $80.
$80, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
nuts. $80 and you know that they will ultimately also end up drifting. And the only like workaround is either getting a third party controller or spending the extra money to get a pro, a
Yeah,
pro controller.
I love the Pro controller though.
But don't
I
get me
hope the
wrong, it's like one of my favorite. It's I think it's still to
yeah
this day my favorite controller I've ever owned.
yeah you can use it with PCs by the way. I don't know if you
It's
knew
so
that they
fucking good.
Bluetooth.
It's like it's the perfect weight and size.
Hmm. I hope that you can use that with the new console. I hope like some of the accessories do carry
Accessory
over.
backwards compatibility would be really really nice,
Hmm.
especially because this is the direct sequel console. Like I
Hmm.
really am expecting a lot of backwards compatibility
Yeah.
functionality and will be severely disappointed if it does not
Hmm.
have it. Because I love my Nintendo Switch and I will likely try to be among the individuals that purchases their Switch 2 on day 1.
I will be. I'm gonna say that right now. I will be. I'm gonna the second I can pre-order that. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna walk into a GameStop and I'm gonna go put down money on it right away. The second I can.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I'll
I
probably end up doing the same because like I know because I know I'm gonna want it. I know I'll play it. And like the thing is I know I really only use my Nintendo console for like a specific amount of titles. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, I can say that for like some of my other consoles too, and like that's fine. Like I get
Mhm.
what I want out of it, and that's it's going to it's going to be that premium
Mhm.
Nintendo console experience. Like I'll get to play my Mario Karts, I'll get to play
Mhm.
my Zeldas, I'll get to play my Pokemon games, and like at the end of the day, I can't fucking play that on anything other than Nintendo console or emulate
Yeah.
it, and I'm not willing to put the work in to appropriately emulate something.
Mhm.
So
And it is backwards compatible too. So I might just trade in my current Switch too. I might just say screw it and trade in my Switch since it's backwards
yeah,
compatible.
yeah.
I don't have any crazy accessories for it. I just have
I Dude, I'm just like I'm after having like given up a couple of my older consoles, I've just decided I'm gonna start keeping them
I mean that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna
personally.
get into this blog post here that's actually on the official Nintendo website.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
the Nintendo Switch 2 is to be released in 2025. We just watched the first look trailer here that they were bullied into showing us. They showed us this video introducing the hardware. It's going to play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. I'm going to assume that's going to be stuff like Ring Fit Adventure, where like the sizing of the Joy-Cons fits specifically in like the accessories and other controllers. You're muted.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. But no,
Hmm.
I was gonna
No
yeah,
problem.
there are certain games where like I imagine the motion controls and the way that they function on that console are gonna be
Hmm.
like kind of explicit to the way that like they work. Or like they'll be ported, but like they'll lack some functionality.
Yeah. Yeah. So Nintendo is also going to be giving us more details at their next Nintendo Direct, which is going to be April 2nd, it looks like. So that'll be 4/2 2025.
That's a
So
Wednesday. God, they choose the weirdest days.
yeah. And like I assume this is when they were going to reveal it in the first place. You know what I mean? This is when it which actually, if you remember Garrick, this was one of my predictions that we were going to hear about the Switch 2 this spring. You
Oh
remember
yeah.
that? Yep. So if it didn't get bullied to, revealing it, this is what would have happened. But yeah, they're going to have they're gonna hold some Nintendo Switch 2 experience events where consumers can go hands on with the Switch 2 in cities around the world, which is kind of crazy that they're prepared to already have people play this console. You
Yeah,
know,
let people try it
yeah,
out, which
which
tells me that they've been cooking on it for a long time, and
mhm,
that the leaks that we've been getting over the last several years were probably all fairly accurate.
yeah, um, yeah. So I think this comes out this summer, just before the
You think the
holiday
console
season.
comes out this summer?
Yep, I think it comes out July or August. And I think they want to get that first wave out before the holiday season so then they can have more consoles for the holiday season. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. I still think personally it's ultimately gonna. I think they're gonna shoot for a holiday release,
Mhm.
and that there will be like a couple of game bundles on offer. One of them will be a Mario Kart bundle, and then I personally think the other bundle will be like a Metroid Prime one.
Dude, yeah, and I did say when we saw that Metroid Prime 4 trailer, I was like this has got to be the next console. This has to be on Switch too. You know, when they
Yeah,
showed that
yeah.
off.
I always kind of and like that seems like it seems like the right time and the right place
Mhm.
for that sort of release.
Yeah.
So
And like if you happen to be listening to this and you do want to experience the Switch 2, they'll be holding an event in New York, April 4th through 6th, 2025. Los Angeles, April 11th through the 13th. Dallas, April 25th through 27th. And Toronto, April 25th through 27th as well. In Europe, they'll be in Paris, April 4th through 6th. London, April 11th to the 13th. Milan, April 25th to 27th. Berlin, April 25th to 27th. Madrid, May 9th to 11th. And Amsterdam, May 9th to 11th. And then they'll be in Melbourne, May 10th to 11th as well. Over in Asia, they'll be in Tokyo, Makuhari, specifically, April 22nd, April 26th to 27th. In Seoul, May 31st to June 1st. Hong Kong is to be announced, and Taipei is also to be announced. So they are going to have some
lots
hands on
of
events here.
opportunities. So
Yeah.
I wonder if there. Do you think there's going to be NDAs with the hands-on, or do you think they're going to allow people to go hands-on in April, early April, and we're going to start seeing like immediate feedback on what the console's like?
I think we're going to see immediate feedback on what the console's like, and that's why I think this console is going to be coming out right at the end of summer. I don't see that not happening with them publicly announcing these events like that anybody could go to them. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're doing this to get everybody ready. Be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
this is
because I
coming
mean, it
out."
does specifically say where consumers can go hands-on with the Nintendo Switch. So like,
Yeah.
they want people to test and kind of try out the console. I
Mhm.
think if we get like a summer release, like it would literally like at the earliest, I think
September.
it'll be September. Yep.
Yeah.
I still think
I,
like earliest September. I do think it'll like September to November. I think would be like the release window.
yeah. Do you think the dock will have 4K support?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think the dock might have upscaling, just kind of like the Switch does, but I don't think. Again, I think we might be looking at the a more like a 1080p, like 1080p handheld, like 1440 docked.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
really
they'll
see this
be
console pushing 4K.
yeah, I think they're going to be very uh judged very hard if they do not do 4K. I think that is going to be a big thing that people bring up because I have seen things online saying that there's going to be one version of this console that is going to be 499 and another version of the console that's going to be 549.99. So,
But what the hell what could justify $100 price hike?
well, it's only $50. But my guess is going to be something that I've always suggested that they do is more advanced dock of some sorts, you know. Or maybe
Mm,
or maybe they might sell it without the dock, you know, as well. That could be another thing they do. I
I
will
don't know that I'd
say
like that.
I
That would be
noticed
kind of
that
weird.
two there's two USB-C ports on it. There's one on the bottom and one on top now as well, which that is kind of interesting on the
Hmm.
console
I wonder
itself.
if they have like some accessories or featured plans
Hmm.
to be able to add like things with that.
Oh, like the accessory that Ernell showed us.
Yeah. Yeah, that or like one thing with like a USB-C screen, like I could easily
Hmm.
see them adding like, with a USB-C connector on top.
Yeah,
They could do like a clamshell accessory.
that'd be
Uh
really cool. That
and
would be really cool, actually.
they could do a clamshell second screen accessory that could play like
Mm.
3DS games.
You think it's
There's no fucking way somebody hasn't pitched that.
yeah.
Because the 3DS is like a styled out console that has like a
Hmm.
lot of people, like a lot of really popular games that people still want
Hmm.
access to.
What one thing that I do like too is that the game cartridges are going to be the same that they've been
Yeah, we're
using
not changing
as well.
formats.
And that's exactly what I want to see from a handheld like this. Exactly what I want. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm all
Yeah,
for it.
I think like the simple design upgrade and like is going to be indicative of a lot of feature and accessories in the future. I like the Switch had a lot of accessories, but I feel like the Switch 2 is going to have a lot of peripherals
Yeah.
available within like the first 2 years of the console like
Do you
launching, and
think
especially now that we know that like Nintendo is willing to stretch their console cycle a lot longer than Microsoft or Sony, like we'll see so fucking many like
Mhm.
accessories for this.
Do you think games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are going to run better with this? Do you think that's going to update in any way?
It would be really interesting for them to see to do like a Switch 2 enhancement update on a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
games. I feel like that would be a really great opportunity
Mm.
for like improved textures, resolutions, and load times on some of these
Mm.
older but still popular Switch
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, because
Because like, how fucking insane would it be to be able to play like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild in 60 FPS?
oh, dude, yeah, yeah.
Right, just
I that's
because
exactly
you
what I
put
was
the
going to bring
cartridge,
up.
because you put the cartridge into the, like in like
Mm-hmm.
uh because you know how like on like the Series X and S, like there are just some games that like got like a resolution and like an FPS bump, but Sony didn't really do that. There's they kind of left it to the individual games rather than
Mm-hmm.
it being like a hardware feature. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think it would be really smart for Nintendo to also make it like a hardware feature that it natively like
I
tries to
think they
upscale
will.
and increase performance of these games, kind
I
of
think
how
they
that
will.
Microsoft does.
Because like they've been pretty adamant about doing soft remasters of a lot of like this Nintendo 64 games and Game Boy Advance
Hmm.
games and stuff with their plan that they do. So I
Well,
think they
and
might.
dude, in like with this increase in hardware, like Nintendo Switch 2 online,
Mhm.
we'll probably start to get to see like GameCube games coming into the fold.
Mhm.
Right? Like rather than just being them like remastered, we'll start to see like those online ports and being able to play like some of those
Mhm.
games, or like more 3DS titles available on Switch online, because we are finally getting into like firmly into like the Nintendo 64 era of games getting added onto the Switch,
Mhm.
a natural increase in hardware. I really want to see what the hardware specs are. I hope we get like very good details on
Yeah.
what that's going to look like in on April 2nd. Like I want to see from the Nintendo Direct, I want to see hardware specs, I want to see retail pricing, I want to see like I want to see like availability options for console. Like, is this going to be like a one bundle option? Is there going to be like a couple of different types of this console? I want to see all those. I really want them to lay this out and set the expectations for what the consumer is going to be available to buy in the coming months. Like, I want to know
Mm.
exactly how much money I need to be saving up for this console, what version of the console I need to buy for the experience that I want. Like, I need details.
I'm gonna go for whatever pro bundle thing that they do. That's just what I'm gonna do this time around.
I'll
I'm
probably like I might do the same, but like I'll probably do a lot of research. I think this time
yeah,
around.
yeah, because like I, me personally, moving forward, especially with like what I've done to this PC, I don't see myself buying a PlayStation or Xbox again
That's
personally.
fair.
So, and like Nintendo's the only one that like really makes all their IPs exclusive to
Yeah, and
their
they don't
system.
port anything to PC
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, so I'm interested to get this. The only other thing I would probably ever buy from Xbox is a handheld if they make one, just
Yeah, a
because
handheld if they make one. That's fair.
yeah, yeah. But I'm pretty dead set on this. I'm excited. A lot of people were kind of given some shade over it just being a simplified upgrade of the Switch, and I actually
That's
like
okay,
it.
man.
I
I
like
am
it.
not opposed to simple upgrades. We do not need to.
Yeah.
I think people's disappointment stems from just Nintendo's track record of doing weird things with their console
Mm-hmm.
cycles and being very experimental. But I really do think they cracked the fucking code with the Switch, and they know that. And why would you fucking break what is already fundamentally a very, very strong console design? A
Mm-hmm.
console design so strong that it has dozens of competitors that have replicated similar, you know, concepts. So
Yep.
like they obviously know that they have a really strong design there, and they're just doing what they feel like is best to improve upon that design. Whether or not it delivers and functionality wise is yet to be seen. Like obviously, like I can say I personally am super cautious of the magnetic functionality. I know like the Switch Joy Cons were very loose front to back a lot of the time. So like
I
these
didn't
cons,
have
like
issues with mine.
yeah, I've got like I always had like mine were always kind of loosey goosey on the tracks,
Mm.
and like that was one thing that like I know I personally experienced with the console. It seems like this doesn't necessarily going to have that same feature with the way they like its inlet, but like I'm gonna need to see some strong magnetic force. Like I need those bad boys to snap on there.
Yeah. Which I think they will, because in the trailer, if you're listening with sound and they put the Joy Cons on, they do a
Hmm.
a snapping noise like for the Switch sound. Just like how they did the snapping noise for
It
the
does definitely see like they were just doing like a continue like an upgrade sound for like that exact thing. But we'll see.
Mhm.
I want it. It looks good. Like I really like the simplified ergonomic structure. Like I like that it's like an all black and it's just got like the highlight colors. Like
Mhm.
it's like this is a modern console. I don't need it to be super duper colorful. I need it to fucking run my games.
Yep. Yep, exactly. I and have good battery life too. That's what I need. Good battery
Yeah,
life.
preferably more than 4 hours.
I want 8 hours. 8
Eight
hours.
hours would be sick. I would be happy with six.
Yeah. I think 8 hours would be perfect. Give me a whole work day, man.
Yeah,
Give me a whole work
like
day.
8 hours
Uh,
before I feel like I gotta plug it in would be incredible.
yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, with that being said, that is our first look at the Switch 2 with the reveal trailer, of course. I will definitely try and get my hands on one of those consoles as soon as I can. Unfortunately, I don't think any of us will be in anywhere near any of those events to get a hands-on look before they come out.
No, I don't think so.
So, I do know though this week, which we haven't talked about yet, is there's going to be the Xbox partner direct this week on the 23rd.
Oh,
Um,
really? I did not
yep,
know that. So,
yep, yeah. We're
is
going to
it
be getting a closer
new
look.
IPs or just updates?
So we're going to be getting a closer look here. Let me look. I want to make sure I get all this information correct here. Um, I do know we're going to be getting a look at the new Doom, The Dark Ages.
Oh,
We are
nice, good stuff.
also going to be getting a look at, let's see here, 2025. Um, let's see here. Where is it? Was it South of Midnight? We're going to be getting a look at
Oh,
that.
nice. More from that. Hell yeah, I'm looking forward
Mm-hmm.
for more from that game.
Oh, what other game? I want to
What
say,
time
why
is
is this?
that show premiere? Like, what time is that showcase
I think
premiering?
it's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so West Coast
Makes
time.
sense. Oh, that's
Yeah,
usually where I want to take my lunch. Sweet.
yeah. Why is this not popping up here? What's the other game? They said there's going to be one brand new IP that has been unannounced, and
Okay.
they said there's going to be one more thing is what is getting circulated by people like Jez Corden and stuff, like huge
Yeah, yeah. Like
insiders.
the
Yeah, and I think that one more thing is going to be the Oblivion remake. I think that's what that's going to be. I think that's going to be Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. It just makes the most sense, especially with all the leaks from the court documents and stuff like that.
hmm
Um, that'll be going. God, what is the other game? What are they
That's
doing
all right.
here?
If they can, everybody can just tune in on the 23rd for the
Oh no
showcase if
no.
they want to check out what that is.
So it's going to be id Software. It's going to be Compulsion Games with South of Midnight, and then it's going to be Sandfall Interactive with Expedition 33. So we're going to be getting
Nice.
close dives into Doom: The Dark Ages, South of Midnight, Expedition 33, a brand new IP, and a one more thing. January 23rd. So that's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure everybody tunes in to Microsoft on YouTube and Twitch. Because we will all unfortunately be at work that day, so we will not be able to cover it
hmm
live for you guys. But I do think this is going to be something we're going to be talking about quite in depth next week because I know we are interested in all of those games personally. So, um, yeah. With that being said, for the rest of the week, we've made some changes to our scheduling here right now. We will resume Splash Damage when we get the chance to. But for now, this Friday, the boys over at 20,000 Films, that would be Ernell and DJ, they will be doing their top movies of 2024. That'll be right here at West Coast, Best Coast time at 7 p.m. and East Coast at 10 p.m. And then Saturday, if you are a Twitch subscriber, which you can always do so right now if you're watching, or if you go to goodkraken.com, you can get direct links to our Twitch. You will
Yeah.
get
You
early
can subscribe
access
when we're
to
offline too, even.
songs. Exactly. You can get access to songs from the abyss as we are going to be doing our episode 1 episode.
A D&D podcast.
Exactly. Not just a D&D podcast, but a campaign. A D&D campaign. Full-fledged game where we are starting our adventure into whatever Ernell, big old DM daddy mommy has for us. I love that I coined that. Guys, please let us know if you're excited for the Switch 2. If you have any concerns or anything you would like to see from that console, we would love to know. Come over to our Discord, comment below. Let's have a conversation about it. This has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. If you like what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have to go, but until next time.
Elon Musk is a fucking loser who pays people to play his video game account for him.
Yeah, fuck you, Elon Musk.
You're a bitch.